Previously on Avengers Infinity War.
No resurrections this time.
We're all gonna die! There's a spaceship!
On oath to protect the time stone with our lives.
And I swore off dairy, but then Ben & Jerry's named a flavor after me, so...
Stark raving hazelnuts.
Not bad.
A bit chalky.
Master the ability of standing so incredibly still.
This is no place to die.
No.
Groot.
I don't feel so good.
Damn it, Tony!
Jesse.
Help! Someone's coming! Get back here!
Well done. Mr. Worf. Fire.
This is it. 22 films and 11 years later, we have come to the Endgame. Avengers Endgame is the much-awaited follow-up to last year's Avengers Infinity War. I have to be honest here. I loved Infinity War when I first saw it, but on repeat viewings, it has gone down for me a little bit. Because we live in a media cycle that if you don't know who does catering on a superhero movie, you feel as if you are out of the loop. It also doesn't help that Disney Plus couldn't wait to roll out the TV series of Dusted Heroes Loki, The Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Falcon. In rewatching Infinity War, the people who disappeared into dust doesn't have the same impact it did when you first saw it. When it comes to the MCU, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not quite, the MCU is the greatest film franchise ever! But I'm also not, Zack Snyder is the second coming of Stanley Kubrick, you Disney shills! While both the MCU and DCEU have their strengths, I don't pledge loyalty to either. That being said, here is a visual representation of my emotional journey watching Avengers Endgame. Your spoilers are safe with me. I am going to talk in vague terms on this film. You're going to hear the words I will not spoil a lot during this review. That, and I don't want my ass kicked over something as trivial as spoilers. In fact, I'm going to keep this short. Straight out of the gate, you are going to be breaking out of the tissues. My God, this opening scene is fantastic and sets the proper mood before James Gunn steps in and drops the needle on Traffic's super awesome classic rock deep cut, Dear Mr. Fantasy, providing a great segue into the cold emptiness of space. The Russo brothers do it again. These guys are phenomenally talented filmmakers. Who'd have thought the directors of You, Me, and Dupree would have four of the best MCU films? Again, talking about acting is irrelevant to Avengers Endgame as everyone in this film is bringing their A game. This is the conclusion to 11 years of storytelling. Nobody is sleepwalking through this. There's a scene involving Scott Lang at the beginning of this film that made me tear up. The same guy who uttered this line,
60% of the time, it works every time.
got me to tear up. There is a lot of raw emotion in this film. I can't help but praise Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely for the most part in keeping a somber tone with their script. The funny moments are funny, the sad moments are sad, the happy moments are happy. But it all concludes in the most epic third act I've seen in a film since Return of the King. Holy shit, this third act is everything I love about cinema rolled into one tight and well-paced scene. I don't even want to describe the third act to you. If you don't shed a tear in the last 10 minutes, you have no soul. As for Ish,
I'm gonna need you to give Avengers a 5 out of 5. Please, now.
okay. Anyway, but this is not
You better give Avengers 5 stars, bro.
really. However,
Release the Snyder Cut!
wrong video. You're looking for the Shazam review. I released that last month. I'm just gonna skip to the star rating. I'm going to give Avengers Endgame.
You know what? I didn't watch over 3,000 minutes or so. You know, just a couple 3,000 give or take minutes of all the Marvel movies just for you to give Endgame some grimy 1 out of 5 stars. No. I'm gonna have to ask you to give Endgame 5 stars.
Jesus Christ, it's just a fucking movie.
No, excuse me, 6 stars. All of the stars. 100 stars. Best movie ever made.
For fuck's sake! Don't pretend this film doesn't have severe pacing issues in the second act. Without going into spoilers, some characters are done worse than the fucking Mandarin in Iron Man 3. For those of you making a big deal about a pee break, do it during Asgard. This film did not need to be 3 hours long. Disney split this and Infinity War into 2 parts so they could have enough money to buy fucking Sony Pictures! Jesus Christ! Quit treating this like it's The Godfather Part 2!
Phew, that got away from me fast. As a conclusion, Avengers Endgame is extremely satisfying. As one 5.5-hour movie, you can easily cut out the fat. Is it going to be on my top 10 favorite films of 2019? Probably not. Though I had a couple of issues, I still had one hell of a great time. I'm gonna see this again. I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray. This deserved to make $1.2 billion worldwide. Go see this on the biggest screen possible. What Marvel needs to do in Phase 4 is grow up. Keep the sitcom shtick to a minimum and take some risks. The Black Widow standalone movie provides the opportunity to do just that. They have enough money that they can get away with doing something more medium budget. Deadpool shouldn't be the only R-rated content from Marvel Studios going forward. Also, let's end toxic fandom. I'm tired of the Bloods and Crips mentality of the MCU and DCEU fans. Let's release the Snyder Cut, but be happy for the conclusion to a good franchise. Don't get mad at me, but Avengers Endgame gets a 4 out of 5. Be sure to like, comment, and spread the word of New Realms Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Realms Media. Until then, I am Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.'s my god.